HRs and the team made us feel very comfortable and confident.
XLR helped me a lot, and I experienced a lot of things today. So I'm really hope to be placed in that company. I'm confident about that. Thank you.
This was my first association with XLR. I had got a call from Miss Shubha, and we fixed a drive here. Today when we came here, I was not expecting much, but the hospitality was too good. Staff is quite cooperative, and it's like a happy-go-lucky kind of a environment here when it comes to XLR people. When it comes to candidates, yeah, we have got few candidates, and they are all agreeing to all our terms and conditions, and I hope they join the organization and work for us, and I'm expecting long-term association with XLR people, with more recruitments or more collaborations with them.
XLR has been a good partner for us because we found some of the candidates were excellent, and we wanted people with good business experience, not only just the Java or whatever full stack development or whatever they were being trained on. They were also people with a good background knowledge, and whom we have really shortlisted, and we assume that they are going to make a good career in BusyBrains.
XLR arranged our placements for the BusyBrains company. I felt good. I hope that it will be positive for us and change our lives in IT sector. So thank you, XLR.
Hi, my name is Revant. I joined XLR's course of data analytics. While the course was going through, the faculty were very good. They were guiding us really well, and they were providing in-depth insights of the industry. We were taught the latest things. We were taught what the industry needs, and after that, post completion of my course, we were going through a live project where we were facing real-time scenarios, and we were encountering all those scenarios which we would be encountering in a job. We completed the project, and we got through a certification which stated that we got a data analytics certification from XLR, and after that we were placed in mock interviews, and they also gave us how the interviews are and how tough they are. The interviews were really good, and post completion of the mock interview they started placement drives. Today is my first placement drive in a company called BusyBrain. I really want to thank XLR for providing me this opportunity, and I'm really hoping to see much more opportunities in the future. Thank you, XLR.
When I came into XLR, the learning experience was very good. Today there was the interview session from BusyBrain's company. The interview session went extremely well. I got to learn many new things. Thank you, XLR.
is Almas. So I'm here to do a campus drive. I'm coming from a company called Dotline. I deal with HR and operations, and unexpectedly I got a call from Ashwin sir. So he was saying about XLR solutions and the way he approached us, saying that the candidates will be trained as per our requirements. Digital marketing was the immediate requirement. We have gone through the interview process. It was quite excited to see good number of talent pools in XLR. We could shortlist couple of them, and we have given some placements as well, even both for the full-time as well as internship. So overall our experience with XLR is nice, and we look forward for a long-term relationship with XLR and the excited team. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rupesh, and I work with Dotline as a performance marketeer, and I've got about like 15 plus years of experience. So today I happen to come here for the placement drive. Rightfully matched few profiles based on the requirement that we had. I'm so happy that XLR did a great job in terms of getting the pool of talents out and training them, and lucky that we are here so that we got the right match and we were able to get it. And thank you so much, XLR. Thank you.
So hello guys, myself Mohammad Tarheeb. I am a graduate from aviation background, and then I thought of doing my course in digital marketing. So then XLR was the best opportunity for me. I took out digital marketing from them, and then I enhanced my skills in digital marketing. They offered me a campus drive in a company called Dotline. They gave us 3 days of good session for student development program, wherein they gave us a good opportunity of learning whatever the skills is required for the interview, for us to enhance our skills and then perform well in interview. So yeah, after the interview went well, and I have got selected in Dotline Designs right now, and I am excited for the opportunity coming up.
Hi, I am Pinky. I did my MBA in HR. How I got to know about this institute is through Google. And then we got a wonderful trainer whose name is Asar. He used to give theoretical ideas, and for this interview we had a prior 3-day session for just brushing up all the requirements needed to attend the interview, which is again a wonderful thing from XLR team. So I had a good experience in attending the interview session for Dotline company. Thank you.
Good evening, all. So, hope all are doing great. So, we'll start the session. So, Rajesh, you can take up the class. Rajesh, hope I'm audible. So please, you can take up the session and start. Okay.
Am I audible? Everyone, I mean, Chandana?
Yes, Rajesh, you're audible.
Yeah, thank you. Just give me a minute, please. Let me share my screen. Hello, everyone. Good evening. So far, what are the things we learned in the past 2 days here? So we started with all the basics, everything under, right? At the same time, yesterday we started with the basic building blocks of Salesforce.com, like what is app, what is sObject, why sObjects, what is field, why fields we require for it. Okay, right. So let's go with the fifth building block called so sObject. It is something like you use to store the data in the form of rows and columns, right? So that column we are calling as in Salesforce is field, right? And the next building block here is something like here, we'll call it as data. Why? Because in an yesterday session, we identified what are the columns refers to and what are the rows refers to. So what is the meaning of data? So the meaning of data is something like it is a property, again it is a property only, associated with the field. For example, I would like to enter, we have a column called name here. So that particular name should fill up something like a text only. I would like to enter something like a date of birth. Date of birth. I should enter the data in a format of date of birth only. It's something like a 90. So whatever the columns we have here, so we should supposed to enter the respective data over here. So that is what we'll call it as a data. So we don't have a question something like a why data is required, okay? Right? Data is a mandatory for every column we need to provide for every business here. If you don't have, if a customer doesn't provide kind of a data, doesn't provide the data birth here, right? So definitely that data, we can't accept it. It makes sense, right? So that is the fifth blocking block here. So app, let me revise everything one more. Okay, so one app, one application will have multiple tabs. Like let's say something like a tab 1, tab 2, tab 3, so on. Tab n. But every tab, what is the meaning of tab here? It is linked to the another page. All right. But every tab will be connected to the database, like kind of yesterday, right? So every tab will have a database tables. Let's say something like a sObject one. In Salesforce terminology, we'll call it as sObject 1, sObject 2, sObject 3, and so on. sObject n. It depends on the requirement of the business. Okay, so let me split it correctly here. Right. Perfect. Right. So these are the basic building blocks we have here. I would like to add one more here. So that is, I would like to have one more, so two more here. So the thing is that is called record here. So what do you mean by a record? A record, something like here, it is a group of information. Group of information. But generally, how will you get this information, the software? Through the data. So we can call that group of information or group of data. We'll call it as record. Got it? Fine. Very nice. So these are the basic building blocks here. Application, tabs, sObject, fields, and data. So every sObject will have their own fields here. So field 1, field 2, field 3. Even the sObject 2 will have its own. Okay, let me have something like a field S2. Let me have one here. Likewise. Am I clear? So when you want to perform a transaction within the Salesforce here, you require to have a field. At the same time, when you want to perform a transaction, you need to provide the data here. So that is a mandatory here. Got it? Fine. So these are the basic building blocks here. So here my next question is that, how are you going to create an application in Salesforce? How are you going to create a tab over here in Salesforce? How are you going to create a sObject in Salesforce? How are you going to create a fields? How are you going to enter the data? How are you going to create the record over here? So for that, we need to understand a point here called profile. So what is the meaning of profile here? So profile is what? Set of CRUD statements. It's not CRUD statements. So what is CRUD refers to or stands for? C meant for create, R meant for read, U meant for update or edit, and D meant for delete. Am I clear, everyone? So profile is set of CRUD statements or CRUD permissions. Let me go with statements or permissions. But what C refers to? Creating a record, read a record, update a record, delete a record. So all this profile will works on the record level, everything under here, primarily for understanding purpose here. Kind of it is more for technical things and all. You'll be understanding practically what we are going to, whatever we understood so far, we are going to learn practically here. Right? Fine. But here, when you want to create an application, whatever the things we have learned here so far, when you want to create an application, tab, sObject and fields and all, right? All right. Thank you. So where you want to create here? So Salesforce has introduced for creating a free account. It's not something like a trial version. It is not something like a 30 days try something under. Okay. Salesforce developed an edition with respect for training and what are the things you're going to perform in your sandbox, we are going to do it in the one edition. That edition we'll call it as a developer edition. Okay. You'll be learning tomorrow what is this edition meaning. Currently not. Okay. Let me make you understand this. So in Salesforce, how to create account. What kind of profile we are going to create over here in the developer edition. Let me repeat one more time. How you're going to create an account, what kind of profile you're creating with the help of developer edition. Right? So far, the common question here is that, are we going to install any kind of a software for creating a Salesforce application? No, it is not. No, it is not. Definitely not. Why? Because Salesforce works on what concept? You can question yourself. What concept? It is cloud computing concept here. So everything being over there in the cloud itself, the platform being installed over in the cloud, and whatever the applications you're building over there in the Salesforce, as a customer, as a client, you're going to access to the cloud itself. We are not installing any kind of an application to access it. Am I clear? All right. So that is irrespective of the customer access and all. Why? Because we are administrators and developers, right? So as a developer, as an administrator, what is the first point we need to do that? For learning purpose, right? Salesforce has introduced something like a developer edition for training purpose and for learning. It is exactly copy of the sandbox itself. So don't think that something like a sandbox is different, developer edition is different, right? Whatever the developer edition is kind of a free edition. It is exactly the copy of the sandbox which you're going to work it practically over there in your projects once you placed. Am I clear? Makes sense, right? Okay, fine. So now, how to create account in the Salesforce. So we have a URL here. Right? You can do practically also. You can try for developer.salesforce.com. That's it. I'm not doing anything here. So the URL for sign up is developer.salesforce.com. If you want, I can copy it. I can paste it in the chat. All right. So here, it's here. Click on this. You'll get this link here. Browse all the tiles. There you'll get something like here, a product called Salesforce Developer Edition. Get started with the Salesforce development and the rest is the developer features here. Just click on sign up. So this is a page. This is an actual page here. If you want a quick link here, let me copy this URL. Okay, just a minute, please. Let me copy it and paste it over here. So you can click on this link for sign up page. I don't know how many people are watching, viewing the same exact page over here. So sign up for your Salesforce Developer Edition, a Salesforce platform environment for free. It is not a trial version. It is unlimited. Infinity times you can use it here. It is not a trial version for 30 days, something and all. Okay. For other platforms, it's going to be something like a 30 days trial version, but it is not here. Okay. So complete the form here for Salesforce Developer Edition here. You can fill it everything and before that here. Build the enterprise quality application fast to bring your ideas to life. You can clearly see what are the points we learn it over here. So it has been exactly pointed out here. So in this form here, so enter your first name and last name here. Let me enter my name. So my name is Rajesh Yen here. So this is my email ID. I'm entering my email ID. If you have a corporate email ID, you can enter that also, no problem. If you have personal email ID, you can enter that. So roles here, we have multiple roles here, but as a default here, select developer here. And the company name here, you can enter your own company or doing companies here. Let me, enter my company name, Zenpact Private Limited. Okay, the country is India. Okay, so where are you located? You can select it actually. Okay, the state I can provide something like a where are you located? You can select the same state over here, India. So postal code, if you remember your postal code, you can enter that. Otherwise, if you don't know it, just enter the default postal code like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here the username is mandatory here. Okay, why? Because when you're going to log in for every developer edition or any kind of sandbox anywhere and all, so this username is mandatory. So the username generally in Salesforce will make it as something like your name. Let's something like Rajesh here at the rate of your company name. So that is what they have given here. So Jane at the rate of company.salesforce. So I'll enter Rajesh at of genpact.co.in. That is for Indian side. Right. So once after filling up all the details here, like first name, last name, the email ID, the role, the company name, the country, the state, the postal code, the username. Username is very important. Kind of you can enter your name. Okay, I can add one more. Kind of Rajesh dot architect at genpact.co.in. If I click on sign me up, what immediately the Salesforce will do, you'll receive an email. You'll receive the email, whatever the email ID you have registered over here. Clear? So click on sign me up. So you'll get a message here. Wait for it. Still it is in processing. Anything, Mr. Karthik, any company name you can suggest it. Okay, I'm just going through all the charts here. Sign up on first day and the same thing you're saying are different. No, yes, Soumya, the same thing. If you registered, doesn't matter. This is something like whoever doesn't know about this sign up over there in the Salesforce developer edition, it will be the same only. Don't worry. Right? Otherwise, follow the things whatever I spoke to you. Okay? Right. So please check your emails to verify an account and all. Okay. So let me hide myself just for a while to open it. Once you have registered, you can go to your email ID and check whether you received an email or not. Go on, please, fastly, very fast. Why? Because this is going to be the practical session. I hope already given the link there in the chat. Click on that and click on that. Go to the sign up page, enter all the first name and last name, your personal email ID, corporate email ID, everything and all. The pin code, the role you can select as developer. Don't select something like other than that actually. Any questions? Any questions? Please let me know why, because this is a practical session. Let me know why you sign up. Oh, done, sir. Very good, Raju. I'm a student. Then what should I write in the company? Anything. Your dream company name. Kind of Tata, Infosys, Zenpact, Velosoft, Wipro, Bosch, ND Data, CGI, L&T Infotech. Anything. As a wish. Company name doesn't matter for you. Sign up, not complete. So check it out. What is the reason for it? Mr. Monica. I'm sorry. I have logged in. Very good. Kulakarni. So wait for your mail. Okay, I'm just waiting for it actually. It will take some time for it, a couple of minutes. Let me know what are the things what are the problems you're facing over there. Meanwhile, good because good weather. Very good, nice. Server's down, so I can't hear what you said. I don't know actually. Mail nahi aa raha. Okay, you need to wait for it. Okay. We can put any password. So yes, you can follow the policies for the creating a password for it. Okay. Already create account. Very good. Fantastic, everyone. Everyone is active. Wow. Very nice. So I need to wait for a couple of minutes for receiving the email ID, resetting the password for it. Just a moment, please. Sign up. Why the sign up is not completed, Miss Monica? Check it out. What is the reason for it? Let me know the problem you're facing over there. Good Saurabh, good Anuj. Very nice. Why you should go for Dreamforce and all? I don't know what is the screenshot here actually. Vashini. Okay, so what are the link I have sent you? Click on that, do the sign up, receive the link. Okay, create your password, everything and all. Okay, so don't do any other than things to that actually. Yes, I have received it. Let me share my screen. So this is how you receive it. This is how you receive it. Anyway, if you're not receiving, it will take some couple of minutes actually. So this is how you receive it. Kind of, you'll get something like a verify account, kind of a URL for here. You'll receive something like username here. Okay, I hope this is the username I have entered. Am I right? So when I click on this verify account here, immediately it will redirect to the another page for creating a password. Okay, so you need to follow this structure of creating a password. At least minimum of 8 characters required, minimum 1 letter, minimum 1 number. Okay, so that is what you require. Am I clear? So I'll enter my password as per the policies of Salesforce here. So there is a security question over here. Please concentrate here. Please, you can pause your work. You can pause your work, everyone. Please concentrate here, please. So there will be a security question for if you forgot your password and all. There will be a security question for here. So I'm selecting something like a city burn, something like a pet's name. Okay, I'll go with Chacha here. If I click on change password here, wow. So this is our platform. This is our platform. This is our Salesforce platform. That's our Lightning platform here. So once you log in it, this is going to be the a default page, a landing page or default page. So this is going to be your landing page. Right? So we will discuss what are the problems you're facing for creating an account and all. We will discuss that. Don't worry about that. Let me complete everything. Right? Fine. But Salesforce having two UI, very technical point here. UI stands for user interface. What is that? UI stands for user interface. Salesforce having two user interfaces. One will call it as Salesforce Classic UI, and the second one will call it as Salesforce Lightning Experience UI. What's the difference? What is the difference between Salesforce Classic UI to the Salesforce Lightning Experience UI? You will be understanding that. But understand, Salesforce having two UI. One is Salesforce Classic UI, and second one is Salesforce Lightning Experience UI. Now we need to understand what is the difference between the Classic UI to the Lightning Experience UI. This is very important. Okay. Before teaching that, actually, I would like to show you how the Classic UI and how the Lightning Experience UI. So whatever you're viewing here, this is the Lightning UI here. This is Lightning Experience UI. I would like to show you how is the Classic UI. So for that, you can able to see my cursor, right? Bring your cursor to the right side, and there will be an icon here, kind of a teddy bear, right? Click on this, but we will call this icon as Astro. Okay, this teddy bear icon will call as Astro. Just click on this. You'll get your profile, like my name is Rajesh N here. You'll get your URL, everything under. At the bottom, you can see switch to Salesforce Classic UI. Just click on this. If you complete your sign up, just click on that. This is going to be the Classic UI. If you click on setup here, this is going to be the Classic UI. Okay, let me show you some of the applications here. If I click on the sales application over here, see, this is how the Classic UI applications of sales application. If I click on the service application, so this is how it looks like. Classic one, kind of very old one. I'm not saying very old, it's a old one. Got it? Kind of very old version of it, old version of the Salesforce. So that is what we'll call it as Classic UI. I would like to show the same application, the sales application, service application, any kind of marketing application also. Okay, even I can show the marketing CRM application here also. Let me compare all the three applications. All right. So this is how it looks like. If I click on something like a creating, this is how the page it looks like here. I would like to show you the same three applications over the Lightning also. Okay. So if I click on this switch to Lightning Experience here, I'll give you all the navigations. Don't mind. Wait for it. Satsuki. This is how the Lightning Salesforce application, kind of upgraded one. Look at the look and feel here. This is sales application, and If you go to the service application, see, this is all these applications are upgraded, and this is something like how the look and feel of the service, marketing, and sales application. Let me show you the sales application also. Here it is. Yeah, here it is. Kind of more dynamicness, more responsive in the Lightning one as compared to the classic. If you see the difference between a classic UI for the same sales and marketing and service application, how the look and feel, when that is the most important for the client here. Am I clear? So that's what. So far we learned how to create an account, and we have seen the difference between Salesforce Classic UI to the Lightning Experience UI. Okay, that's very nice. So in which UI we are going to work on? So in our training, so what are the latest projects? Okay, so basically currently all the clients are purely works on the Lightning Experience UI only. It is, we are not going to touch the classic UI and the, okay. But anyway, in our training, we are going to cover the Lightning 90%, 99% we are going to cover on the Lightning Experience UI. At 1% of it, we are going to touch the classic UI of the Salesforce. Why? Because as an administrator, we need to understand each and everything whatever we're learning here. As a developer, whatever the things we are designing, kind of writing a program, kind of automating the data, everything and all. So where we're working. So these are the very important things we need to understand everything and all here. It's clear. So this is the second point over here. Fine. Now, before starting creating an application here, anyway, we understood the difference between the classic UI to the Lightning Experience UI, right? As a beginner, we need to understand the navigations. The first navigation which I'm going to talk to you now, teaching you how to switch from classic. Okay. So before navigations, I would like to give you one more. So Salesforce supports for SaaS and PaaS, right? That's for yesterday's discussion, right? So what is SaaS? Where you are interacting or access the Salesforce application or SAP application. What is PaaS meaning? The platform. What it is providing, kind of configuration. This is very important point. Configuration, customization, kind of writing a coding level, right? Migration, all the things, whatever or not, etc. I'll go with etc. So platform, it is providing different tools for configuration, customization, code, and migration, everything. And even I can automation also. We'll understand that later. So even the Salesforce Classic UI having SaaS part as well as PaaS part. Even this Lightning Experience UI having SaaS part and PaaS part. Am I clear? Every UI having its own SaaS and PaaS. So now we need to understand now the navigation. Navigations. So what is the meaning of navigation? If you want to go from one place to another place, we'll go for Google Maps, right? From one point to another point, everything and all. That is navigation, right? Likewise, how you're going to move or switch from the SaaS to the PaaS. And again, let me bring this to the next slide. Just a moment, please. And how to bring this PaaS to the SaaS. So we need to understand this point. Very important. Navigations are very important. Please concentrate, please, everyone, please. It's a request from my side. Navigations are very important in the beginning level. So how to switch from SaaS to the PaaS and how to switch from PaaS to the SaaS. But currently, what are the applications we are dealing in our student development program? We are concentrating on the Lightning. This is something like a job-oriented one, right? That's what all the projects, all the interviews, you'll be understanding. You'll be getting all the questions from this only. So let me concentrate and let me give you all this information towards Lightning experience only. Later, we'll talk about the classic UI. Kind of 1% of it. Okay, so now we need to understand what is the navigation for switch from the SaaS to the PaaS. Okay, fine. Okay, so whatever the page here, I'm going back to Salesforce here. Okay, what are the page here? Let me say something like I'm in this page here. If I click on, okay, this is something like, if I click on, if you bring your cursor to the left side, okay, you will receive, there's a dotted line side highlighted with the different marks here, right? If I click on, we'll call that button, we'll call this an app launcher. If you click on this app launcher, you'll get a pop-up like this, right? Just click on view all. Again, you'll get a big pop-up here. You can search for your application anyway. So whatever the applications you are working on, you'll get it here. Let us say I am working on the application called sales. If I click on sales here, it will go to the respective application. It will go to the respective application. See. So what are the page here? Okay, let me repeat once again. Why? Because we are all from the scratch now, right? So if I on the page call this one, what are the page you are? If I click on this app launcher button and view all here, what are the applications you are working on? Currently, we have not created any application, right? These are the default CRM applications being provided by the Salesforce. That is what our point over there in the last session, right? In the SaaS CRM, we learned by default Salesforce having the CRM applications like marketing, sales, and service, right? So that's what. Can we create our own application? Yes, we can do that. But currently we don't have it, right? So that's what. So when I click on the sales application here, it will redirect, it will go to the respective application. That's it. Whatever the application you require, it doesn't matter. This is how to
Students, please wait. Reina has some network issue. He will join, okay? Within 2 minutes, please wait.
right? So now how you're going to learn the navigation for SaaS to PaaS here. Whatever the page you're, let's say something like I'm in the sales application. I'm using the sales application, but I want to do kind of a configuration. I want to do kind of a customization. I want to write a code for this application and all. Where I can write it? Do you find anything here? No, we can't. So for that, let's bring your cursor to the right side top corner. See, in the left side top corner, you can find out the app launcher. Am I right? If you come to the, if you bring your cursor to the right side top corner here, you'll get a gear icon here. When you click on this gear icon, immediately you'll get a fly here. In that fly, we'll get an option called setup here. There'll be 3 things here. Setup, service setup here. Yes. This is going to be the landing page for the PaaS page. Where in the left side, in the panel, you can find out all the tools related to the automation, configuration, customization, building the pages without writing a code itself. If you want to write kind of any code and all, you can do that. All the tools, you can find it over there in this palette itself. You can clearly see here, scale, development, customize the code, user interface. Everything, security. If you want to provide a security for the data level, application level, all the things, all the tools for the customization, configuration, and development, and the security, you can find it over there in this pad. But remember always, this is very important. Remember always that SaaS meant for the how you're going to use the application, access the application. PaaS is something like where you are going to configure the application, customize the application, develop a code for it, providing a security for the application, all the things you're going to do it over there in the PaaS here. But technically in Salesforce here, right? This PaaS, we are going to call it as setup page. Am I clear? This PaaS, we are going to call it as setup page. So what is the navigation for going from SaaS to PaaS here? Click on the gear icon. Click on the gear icon and select the setup. So this is the navigation. This is the navigation you require it. Am I clear? So this is the first navigation you require it. Right? Okay. So after the immediately, so what is the next one? Yes. This is what very important. In our building block here, we learn different kind of building blocks here. What is app, tab, sObject, field, data, record, profile, everything. Profile also. So for we learn what is and why, right? Now today we'll learn practically. Practically we'll learn how to create Salesforce application in Lightning Experience. What is a navigation? What is a navigation? We need to follow it. How to create Salesforce application in Lightning Experience here. What is that? Again, I'm saying, right? When you want to configure, creation part comes under the part of configuration only. Right? When you configure, when you create, when you customize, when you develop, when you provide the security, when you want to provide create integration, migration, automation, all the things comes under the part of what? PaaS. Again, PaaS. So that's in Salesforce, we'll call it as where? Setup page. Now, what is a navigation for creating an application in Salesforce Lightning UI? Come on, let's learn that. Okay, right? So again, whatever your page you are, doesn't matter. Okay, just click on the setup, gear icon, go to the setup page. Now in the left side, you can find a palette. There is a search box here. In that quick find, search for, right? App builder. Okay, I'm sorry. App manager. Search for app manager. All these are the default applications over there in the Lightning Experience UI. Right? So, but here at the top, you can find out two buttons here. One is new Lightning app. Second one is new Connect app. Okay. Ignore this new Connect app here. This is related to the integration one actually. Now we are not connecting here. So click on this new Lightning app here. Okay. I'm going to create a simple application. Just follow the navigations, everyone, please. Concentrate. This is very important here. App name and developer name. I'm entering the app name here. Let's something like a, okay. I'm working on the health cloud actually. So let me go with the hospital management system. Let me write the shadow. But when I click on the cursor outside or press the tab button in your keypad, check it, concentrate, please. Whatever the name I have entered here, it is going to replicate over there in the developer name here. See? But there are some slight changes here. All the special characters, like special characters means exclamator, @ hashtag, dollar, ampersand, tilde, everything, right? Kind of space also special character. All the special characters being replaced with the underscore. Now my question is that what is the usage of app name and developer name? Right? So app name is meant for the customer. Developer name is meant for the administrator and developers like us. They got it? If a developer want to access this application, if an administrator want to access this application, we are not going to follow the app name. We are going to access with the developer name. So that is the reason all the spaces and special characters been right replaced with the underscore in Salesforce here. Right? Okay. If you have an image for your application, you can upload it. If you want to change the color hex and everything else, you can do that. Okay. Currently, I don't have it. You can skip this now. If you have it, you can do that definitely. And click on next. Let's go to the next step here. Now, this is very important. Navigation form factor, supported form factors and everything. This is very important. By default, Salesforce is providing two types of navigations. One is standard navigation. One is console navigation. Fantastic. But have you get experience with the standard navigation, console navigation? No, it is not. Let's look into this. How this same Salesforce standard navigation, how the Salesforce console navigation. Okay, so for that, let me go back to the app launcher. Okay, I'm not an app launcher. Let's click on this app launcher here. Let's click on sales application. So basically, this is the standard navigation of the Salesforce. Look at the tabs. These are all we'll call it as tabs, navigation items. We'll call it navigation items. Anyway, that is generic, but specifically we'll call it as tabs here. So in one row, horizontally, it's been all displaced here. If I click on opportunities here, so this is the respective tab, it is opening here. If I click on leads here, the respective tab will open here. This is standard navigation of Salesforce. This is standard navigation of Salesforce, but I would like to show you the same application over there in the console navigation. Okay. Again, for that, let me click on this app launcher. And click on view all here. Okay. And let's go to the sales console application. There is a specific by default application. Same home page here, but here, do you find any kind of in horizontal? Do you find any kind of tabs here? It is not, but everything in. See the contacts. Okay. At the same time, I want to go with leads. So if you come to the usage of the standard navigations and console navigation, basically all these HR recruiters, call centers, BPOs will use by this console navigation and kind of a very fast response, very easily can access the data. Okay, right? But all the business people, like if you see something like here, book my show something on any kind of an application over here, right? All the tabs been open in the horizontal here. If you click on that particular tab there, you will be receiving that. So that is what difference between the console application navigation to the standard navigation of Salesforce. Okay. So before starting itself, you need to decide what kind of navigation you're going to provide. Even this information also given by the client only. You don't want to bother about this actually. Okay. As of now, as a client, right? I'm suggesting the standard navigation. Supported form factor like this application, what are the system which we are going to build it. Use this application only the phone or Dell is by default the lightning experience. This mobile and very important. To select the rest open phone here and click on next. There's an issue here. All right, let me go back. Let me go back 1 second, please. Let me explain in 1 second, please. Okay, so this is the first pop-up when you want to create an application here. So we'll enter all the details like app name. So by default, when you enter the app name, so it will be replicated over there in the populate over there in the developer name here. If you want to add an image for here, you can do that. This is the first step of creating a Lightning application over there in the Salesforce here. When I click on next here, this is going to be the second step. We're supposed to select the navigations and standard navigation and console navigation. So this is how it looks like the console navigation. So whatever the page you are, if you go with the accounts here, if you select an account here, okay, let me select an account. Okay, so this is how the page here. The same time, if I select the other opportunities here, the page will not reflect, will render here. The left side only it will change. This is something like a console navigation. Console navigation here. But when we come to the standard navigation, when I tap here, respect here. That is so once after selecting the navigation styles and supported form factors and all, the third one here, this is something like UI items. by default sales and applications like Prime, everything. Likewise, for your application, to add any Miss Priyanka, am I audible? Please let me know. I don't know what is an issue. This is number. So basically, when it comes to the items here, when you want to, like, for example, if you purchase a television, any kind of a mobile, so by default, the respective company will provide you a default bundle, right? So likewise, Salesforce providing the default items here, kind of like, let's say something like if you want to add something like a text here, like I want to add my text to my application chats here, recent items here. So likewise, if you want to add, right, it will be showing in your application over there in your, it will be attached directly to your application here, right? So currently I have added the recent items here in the third step. Let's do the now. The fourth step is that navigation items. What is the meaning of navigation items? Navigation items are nothing but the tabs. Okay, the sales application, having its own tabs like opportunities, leads, tasks, files, and accounts, and contacts, and campaigns, everything. Right? These are all navigation. Likewise, whatever you create as per your client, these are all fall to tabs here. Navigate items and tabs. But have we noted any kind of an items? No, it is not. So by default, every application with a home page. Okay. As of now, I'm selecting only the home page, home tab. Otherwise, and bring it to. So you can see here. So there is a home tab here. Just select it and bring it to the right side. In the select, okay, and go to the next step again. Now this is very important. User profiles. What is the meaning of a profile? What is the meaning of profile? It is a set of CRUD permissions here. So to which user we are providing the CRUD permission? What is CRUD stands for? Create, read, update, and delete. So by default, these are all the standard profiles. We'll call it whatever the Salesforce is providing. We'll call them as standard. Okay. So these are all the standard profiles here. Now, what are you guys going to do? You search for system administrator. Okay. select the system administrator and bring it to the selected profiles here. You can ask me a question, so can we add more profiles and all? Yes, you can add it. Okay, so but now for this hospital management system application, I'm going to assign this application to the only system administrator. Okay, now select it and finally save and finish. That's it. It is a matter of kind of, 2 minutes time for creating an application. Now you can clearly see here, you can see your hospital management system application. But still, we are in the past, like setup page. But as a customer, I would like to know whether this application can be accessed by the customer or not, right? So further, let me go to the app launcher. Why? Because in the app launcher only, we can able to access all the applications, right? Go to the view all, and this is a pop-up, you'll get it. And there, if you scroll down, whether you can able to see the application on it. See, this is the application. You can use this application over to the desktop. I'm a desktop or laptop bundle. You can use the same application within the mobile also. Yes, you can do that. So for that, you need to install from the Play Store, App Store, you need to install the application called Salesforce UI. You enter with your credentials and you can find this application over there. From the mobile also, you can use the same application here. But still it is under the construction, right? This is the first day we are learning for it and all. So this is how we create the application in the Salesforce Lightning Experience UI and all. Am I clear? Again, if you want to create one more application, again, what I should do? Again, I should go to where I should go? Very good. Very good. You should go to the setup. Clicking on the gear icon. You need to search, in a quick find, you need to search for App Manager. I'll write down all the navigations, don't worry. Go to the App Manager. Click on the new Lightning app. Enter the app name. Let me go with something like a okay, 1 second. Okay. Insurance agent customer related application. Okay, let me go with that. Okay, when I click on outside, see, this is how it duplicate. And if you have a upload also, you can do that. Otherwise, okay. Let me go with this icon here. Let me upload an icon for it. Let me show you that one also. Click on next here. Select your navigations and support factors, everything and all. Click on next. Add what are the utility items you require. You can add it. So I'm not doing now actually. Click on next there. So by default, we are not selecting any kind of a navigation items and all. For every application, we'll go with the home tab here. Okay, select it. Whatever your tab required, just bring it to the right side to the selected items here. Click on next here, and the user profile right now, it is going to be the system administrator. As of now, I'm talking about. And save and finish. So you can see the insurance agent customer item. But as a customer, right, as a client and all, where I can access this application? So for that, you should be there in the app launcher. Go to the app launcher by clicking on the app launcher button there. If you scroll down, you can find it. If you want to relocate also, you can do that. Okay. So I would like to bring it to the first column there. Yes, I can do that. So select it. So this is how we create the application in Salesforce without writing any code. This is by default the homepage channel. You can ask me a question something like, can we customize this? Yes, we can do that. We can do that. Am I clear? We can do that. But it's a beginning way, right? Don't where the time comes out. All right, all right. So this is for creating an application. So what is a navigation follow? Let me write down. Okay. So for creating an application, Salesforce Lightning Experience UI, the first thing what we need to do, we should click on the setup. We can click on the setup. Okay, I'm very sorry. Click on the gear icon. Okay. Select setup. Okay. Search for, let me highlight that one. App manager. That is what? App manager. Where? App manager in the quick find. Got it? And whatever the instruction I just given to you, enter all the things here. So this is the navigation we need to follow. Again, let me write on that one also. Click on new Lightning application. Okay, and follow the navigation. This is how we create the Lightning experience over there. Okay, so first, as per the building block, we learn what is application, why application, and how to create application. Now, next we'll go with the tabs. Before going to the tabs, I would like to go for sObjects. sObjects are something like key pillars. So, what is sObject? These are the key pillars for the business. Generally, okay. So just now we created a health related application, right? So generally, if you go to any kind of a hospital and what are the departments you can find out? You'll have something like a patients. You require to have a patients, doctors, laboratory, pharmacy, transportation, kind of ambulances and all. Any more key pillars required for that health and to maintain everything, each and everything, the health industry, I mean, kind of an hospital and all. So these are the main. To maintain the patients and all, you require a software for it. For doctors, for laboratory, for pharmacy, for transportation, everything and all. Right? If you go to Apollo hospitals or Medico or anywhere and all within India, there are n number of. If you go to government hospitals also, you will find out n number of patients. How are you going to manage all the patients and the patient's data and all? See, for example, I visited a government hospital. Right? At the same time, if it is possible, okay, right? In the next year or next month, if I visit the same hospital for the same kind of a disease and all, so how do the hospital is going to monitor the history of my what do you call it? My history of a disease and everything. Patient. How do you going to make? I mean, how do They are going to maintain the data of the patients, whatever the doctors. There are n number of doctors will be working within the government hospitals, private hospitals. Am I right? What about laboratories? Kind of a test you're working over there. So to maintain that, you need to suppose to store the patient data, doctor to store some data in Salesforce. What is the element we have here? The element is something like here, sObject only here. So what is sObject? Let me connect all these points here. Right? What is sObject? It is used to store the data in the form of rows and columns, right? So when you want to have something like a storage, so the question is that how to create it in Salesforce.com. We learned so far how to create an application Salesforce.com in the Lightning Experience UI. In the same Lightning Experience UI, how to create an sObject. So what is the navigation we're supposed to follow for it? So that we learned that. We identified the sObjects here, like patients, doctors, everything and all. But how to create all these sObjects? Why? Because sObject, it is used to store the data. Am I right? I want to store the laboratory and pharmacy and transportation data, but how I can do in Salesforce.com? That too without using a code itself. Generally, when you want to create a database tables, we need to write a code for it, a standard code over than the DBMS. That is database management system. But in Salesforce, I don't want to use any kind of a code, single line also. But without a code itself, the object. How is possible? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. So okay, first I would like to create an sObject called patient. Okay, so let me do that, and later we'll take a time for creating any kind of, if you're facing any kind of issues and all, we will go for the discussion of everything under. Okay, fine. So first let me create an sObject called patient. So for that, I'm going to create something, right? So for that, I should be there in the past page, that is setup. Okay, go to the setup. Go to the setup. Fine. Again, for creating application, we search for app manager, right? For creating an sObject, let's search for object manager. Let's search for object manager. Perfect. So click on the object manager. So this is a page you'll get it. These are all we'll call it as, so I told you, right? Whatever the things being provided by Salesforce, we'll call them as standard. Have we created any sObject? No, it is not. So whatever the objects you are finding over here, these are all the sObjects. We'll call them as standard sObjects. But I would like to create my own sObject for my application called Hospital Management System. How? Right? Yes, I'm in object. Let me show you one more time. I'm in setup page. If you're not understand, let me go for one more. Okay, one more time, please. Can I have your concentration, everyone, please? All the 600 people plus. Right? Just click on this gear icon. Go to the setup page. Go to the setup page, please. In the left side, in the quick find, search for object manager. I said right in the prospect of Salesforce, it is object only, but there is another technical term over there in the object only program, sorry, in the object in the programming language, in the text center. So to distinguish that, we are calling as sObjects only. Okay, so object manager. Okay, let's search for first object manager. Okay, right. I don't want to disturb guys. Okay, confuse you. Right, I'm in the object manager. Now here, if you bring your cursor to the right side here, you will find out create menu. If you click on this, you'll get two options here. From the custom objects in the spreadsheet and all. So as of now, click on the custom object. If I click on this, you'll get all these details. We need to fill it up all these forms on them. Okay, so label. So what is the sObject I'm going to create now? I'm going to create the sObject called patient. Okay, so patient. Okay, but when I click on outside, see, whatever the label I have entered, automatically populated over in the object name here. So label is meant for customer, object name is meant for whom? To the administrator and developer here. Okay, again it is asking the plural label. Okay, so let's go with patients. So that is the plural label, right? Fine. Okay. Now, we have another column here. In the next section here, enter the record name, label, and when yesterday we talk about, right? In Excel sheet, my name here, kind of a Rajesh or Nivin Paul or anyone, any Abhishek, right? Mansi, anyone. Ramakrishna and all. At least you require to have a minimum one column is required to enter the data. Likewise, when you want to create a record, when you want to provide a data, at least when you want to create a record, so patient name under. Here by default, Salesforce is providing data type. This is very important in interview point of view and practical point of view. So by default, while creating an sObject, by default, Salesforce is providing how many types of data types? It is two. One is text and second one is auto number. Text means you can go with the patient name, right? Patient name. I'm just giving you the usage, okay? Auto number means, see, generally, if I visit any kind of a hospital, right? So like Rajesh, you can find out multiple people with the same name, right? If I'm suffering something like a fever and if somebody came with some other disease and all, it's something like a duplicacy, right? To avoid that, we'll go with the auto number. Auto number is unique, right? So at that time, we'll go with the auto number. Otherwise, you can go with the text. So by default, Salesforce is giving you two data types. Data type means what kind of data you are going to enter. If it is a text means you'll go with something like a patient name. No, I want to go with something like a patient ID. You'll go with the auto number. Why? Because like your hall ticket numbers. Do you think your hall ticket number will duplicate? No, it is not in a university. Am I clear? So likewise. Right? As of now, I'm going with the data type called text. All right. Let's go with the next section here. These are optional features. If you want to generate a report for the patient, if you want to follow the activities, if you want to like track the field history of the name and the diseases, whatever the fields you're creating over here, you can select all these things. And if you want to allow the chatter, what is the meaning of chatter? Kind of WhatsApp, right? What is WhatsApp doing? It's a communication tool, right? Kind of a texting one. So likewise, Charter is also an interdepartmental text tool. See, for example, the patient is something like came to MBBS doctor, but still he's suffering from some kind of other issues and all. He will provide you, he will suggest for the other doctors and all. Am I clear? So likewise, you need to provide the patient data to other doctors over there in the MNCs, right? In the multi-legal companies and all. So for that, if you want to share the data, you don't want to directly go take your file, go there and all. You can directly allow the information to the charter and all. So these are going to be the optional and all. Okay. Leave the default is as it is and just click on save. That's it. Leave default is as and click. So this we create. This is we create the objects there in the same by providing all the details. So I'm going to save here. Hold on, please, everyone. Let me search for patient. All right, it's been created again actually. So anyway, let me create one more time for you all actually. So let me create an object called doctor. It's already being created. So doctors. Okay, so let me enter all the data. So doctor name by default, I'm going with the data type here. At the same time, I'm selecting all the optional features for tracking purpose and everything and all. And allowing the details for other departments over there in the hospital. And if you just click on save here. It's not network issue, it is kind of Salesforce issue with that actually this time. So this is what will happen here, right? So we successfully create an sObject called doctor, patient, likewise you can create lab. What is the homework I'm going to do? I'll give you the assignment, don't worry. Okay. So so far we created application. For that application, so far we created on the patient sObject and doctor sObject. But in Salesforce here, let me give you some information over here in the sObject point of view. So there are two types of sObjects. One we'll call it as standard sObjects. And second, we'll call it as custom sObjects. So what do you mean standard sObject? By default, which are provided by the Salesforce.com, we'll call them as standard sObjects. And what are the meaning of custom sObjects? These are created as per the client requirement. Here, who is the client here? The health management system, like hospital management system. Now you can ask me a question. So what is the difference between standard sObject and custom sObject? Okay. Like I want to give you an example for it actually. There are many networks over in India, like mobile networks, kind of Jio, VI, BSNL. I hope these are the popular. Airtel, I'm sorry, I missed it. You are using some kind of a mobile, iPhone 15, Android like Vivo, Samsung, nothing. Even day by day, the mobiles are getting changed, right? Multiple different kinds of bands we are getting here into my mobile. Immediately, it will get the network. First, it will get the network. You'll receive an SMS like you are using Airtel network. And how do the mobile are maintaining all these things? This is very important, right? If I insert something like a GeoSIM, how do the mobile is accepting something like a network called Geo? By default, when you insert the SIM, when it is, of course, unless until it is activated, okay, right? How? Why? Because in phones and all, you'll be having APN, application programmable networks. Application programmable networks. But in Salesforce, every entity in Salesforce, you'll have APIs. Application programmable interface. So that is what. So in standard sObject, like in Salesforce here, when you come to standard sObject, whatever the name you are providing, whatever the label name you are providing in the sObject here, the API name will be the same. But here, the API name over in the custom sObject will ends with a _C. The C stands for custom. The C stands for custom. So every custom sObject over there in the Salesforce will ends with _C here. Brilliant. Am I clear? So that's all. Okay. So at the same time, we can clearly see whenever we create an sObject, the API name of the sObject, if it ends with _C, which means that is a custom sObject. So this is how we create the sObjects here. But if you go to our application, like health management, hospital management system, was it? Yes, here. We create an sObject related to this hospital management system. But can we see that sObject which we created? No, we didn't. Right? So far, we created only the custom sObject. We didn't provide the link to the application, right? So let's learn that link by tomorrow. How are you going to connect that sObject link to the application? I'll stop here. So please let me know what kind of problems you're facing over there in this today's section. Let me know fastly, please. Okay, let me know. Any questions, please let me know fastly, please. Kind of facing with the sign up, kind of creating an application, while creating an SO object, please let me know fastly. Can you explain the app manager again? Okay, so Omkar Kulkarni, so you'll be receiving the recording. Please go through it. Let me know by tomorrow if you're facing any kind of an issue with the app manager. Can we create? Okay, one second. It's taking more time for sign up. Yes, it is actually. So that is not because of our network issue. It is issue. It is not an issue actually. It will take some time for it, a couple of minutes, not more than that. Is Salesforce the API is a RESTful API? No. Salesforce having multiple APIs, tooling APIs, bulk API, REST API, SOAP API. Am I audible now? SP. Can we create any different application? Yes, only business or enterprise applications. CRM applications and integration application, not the gaming applications and the and the multimedia applications. So can we create custom? Once again, let me just a minute, please. Can we create custom sObject? But what about standard sObject? You will be understanding. We are initially with the configuration part 1 only. Okay, we'll go with the part 2 in the administration. No problem. As per the understanding of the process, my only concern is breaking up. I don't know actually. Is it your problem or my problem actually? So I've been connected with a different thing actually. Why we can't? Good question, Mazi Vershini. So we can't. Why? Because if you want to learn something like a gaming application, you can go to the multimedia. This is only meant for the business and enterprise application. Why? Because the platform is different. Apps like Swiggy, Zomato can be built in. Yes, of course we can. Methods, we can. These all comes under the part of business only. We can do that. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mazi. Use of this program. What types of jobs? Okay. Go through the yesterday's recording and check it out, please. Okay. So please don't ask me the yesterday's programming something related something and all. Okay. Go through it. Go through it, please. Can we develop applications? So that's what Mr. Praveen here. So this question from Praveen actually. Can we develop an application? That's what we did now actually. Okay. So what a hospital management system we just created, so that is an application, right? Verification failed. I think if the verification failed in the sign up, okay, so you need to connect to the network, good network, and try it again and do it. Okay, that verification link will be valid for 24 hours. Within 24 hours, right? You can click on that, enter your password, create your password, and you can use that. Okay, so once out to sign up everything and all. So whatever the things we learn it over there in today's session. So create the application, create the sObjects over here. Okay, so let me go to the latest one. Again, I'm asking once again. So do we save all the data using this application? But what is the main purpose? We can even use the Excel sheet. Okay, wonderful. Can you manage the data in Excel sheet? Please let me know easily. So that is what. Let me come. This is a very good question from I don't know. Vashini again actually. You can tell me that actually Excel you need to install it. Even in the cloud also you can use it. But how are you going to manage the complex data? So that is a manager one thing, right? How are you going to automate the data? Is it possible to send an email? You can't do that, right? Platform will do that, Vashini. Clear. Platform will give you the validation. Platform will give the automation. Platform will do the coding everything under. Is it possible to do with the Excel sheets? You can't do that, right? So Excel is different. This is not something like a data related applications and all. This is something like application oriented job and all. That's different. Okay. Yeah, you can. Excels, we can play with Excels over there in the Salesforce, but the thing is that we are not going to use the Excel sheets over there, but only one place that is related to the data migration. Okay, so that is the most important thing. So this is not, if you're from the background of kind of doing with Excel, I mean, like a kind of a play ball over there. So, so when you want to use it, I mean, easily understand, this course is very reliable to you. I'll complete after 50. Okay, very good, very good. Besta Divya. Can we repeat this? Repeat. Okay, this questions, YouTube, something related, you can ask me the respective companies and it's not my problem. Creating the Salesforce is same as creating website? No. Salesforce, let me repeat. This question from Sri Nayan. I'm sorry. Okay. See, Salesforce is it's a company, it is providing a platform for it. Okay. So with that platform, you can create website also, you can do that. But it is not something like websites we are using directly, like make my trip, like IRC, right? Like Amazon, like Flipkart and all. Okay. So there are something like we need to require. See, this is something like a developer program, right? So we are see, this is what not let me say something like this. Okay. See, we are trying to access the Amazon application. We are going to get something like a big billion days, something and all, right? We are accessing that application. Fantastic. But as a customer, you're using that application. This is something like a developer program. How are you going to build the same application in Salesforce? That is what the important point over here. Am I clear? Like we are creating application, sorry, we are accessing application under. How do you going to create the same application Salesforce here? Clear? Thank you, Bharat Kumar, for the good explanation, sir. Okay, what type of assignments? Yes, yes, this is very important. Okay, hold on a minute, please, everyone, please. Okay, I hope you can able to see my screen. I think. Let me check once again whether it is visible or not. I hope yes. Let me share. So what is today's assignment is that, so we'll learn how to create an application, right? You do one thing, Salesforce Lightning application. Okay, so the name of the application is recruiting application. Like, you know about Naukri Monster, Indeed, everything, right? Glassdoor and all. Likewise, to create the name of the application is recruiting application. So for that, create the sObjects. Like applicants, managers, okay, processing agents. Okay, so we go like let's have HR managers. Right? Okay. Let me create this first one called, let me this one actually. Job roles. Okay. Yeah, these are sufficient for today's one actually. So create an application called recruiting application and create the sObjects called job roles, applicants, HR managers, processing agents. So these, I mean, not plural actually. These are the plural labels I'm just providing you. Okay. So create all these sObjects, and tomorrow we'll get back for the discussion everything under. So please let me know very quickly. Any more questions so far actually? Can you communicate? I'm sorry. Sir, can we communicate with others by using the platform? I don't know, Mazi. So that you can ask to Chandana, right? So she is the concerned person for it actually. Can we create the sObject, but how do we link them to our application? Yes, Mansi, you will be understanding by tomorrow, okay? So don't be hurry, right? So concentrate whatever the things we completed today. So tomorrow we're going to discuss about that actually. All right, so thank you very much for joining today. So at a time, only one sObject can be created. So that's what, as of now, that's what knowledge actually. So in the next minute, you will be understanding in the couple of days and that actually. All right, so this is for end of the session. So thank you very much for joining. So let me know, this is over to Chandana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Rajesh, I'll take
Go on,
that.
Chandana. Thank you, Chandana.
Yeah, thank you so much. Students, I'm sharing the attendance link. Please mark your attendance, and any more questions you can ask me in the chat box. Okay. Okay. So if you don't have any queries, you can leave the session. Okay. I didn't see any questions from YouTube also, same as Zoom. Can I get recorded classes? Yes, Manisha. I will get it through LMS. I hope you have LMS access. Can we get this day repeat in YouTube? Yes, Avish. You will get it. Please check in YouTube.
1 second, Chandan. Actually, there's a question over here.
Yeah,
I can't do the application, put my username and yeah, that is Shashikala. This is different actually. You just start sign up, go to the landing page, create everything. So tomorrow you'll be understanding everything and how to log in everything. So that is a different session for it. Okay, so if you all want actually, so let me type it that login.salesforce.com. This is, I think, this chat is open for everyone, right, Chandana?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've shared the URL for logging into the Salesforce here, the developer edition.
Rajesh, choose there, everyone. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Super. All right, so click on this link, log in with your credentials and create your applications and sObjects, everything and all. Assignments and all, I can't see your screens individually and all. Share that everything to the respective people like Chandana here, and I'll let know of that actually. Okay. Otherwise, you can take a screenshot and post it over in the chat. I can see that. What are the problems you're facing over there? Right? So okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. So I hope there is no more questions also regarding LMS. Good to go. We'll wind up the session and we'll meet on tomorrow. Up to then, take care. Bye bye. Good night, everyone.